Hi, this is my explicit vocabulary lesson. I'm Miss C, and this is my student, Alyssa.
Hi.
Okay, Alyssa, so do you remember yesterday we read our book, Nerdy Birdie?
Mm-hmm.
And in our book, we heard our two target words, which are different and alone.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear the word different, in my brain, I think of another word that means the same thing as different, and the word that I think of is special.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear the word alone, another word I think of is the word lonely.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Another word for different
Another word for different
is the word special.
is the word special.
And another word for alone
And another word for alone
is the word lonely.
is the word lonely.
Good job. Okay, now that we've done that, I want us to look at some pictures, okay?
Okay.
So this first picture, there's a bunch of families. Do you see anything that you notice in these families that stands out to you?
Some have more than others, and they're different colors.
They're different colors. Are their shirts different colors?
Mm-hmm.
They are. So if all of these families have different color shirts, are they the same?
Mm-mm.
No, they're not the same. What about this picture? We have 3 dogs, and what do you see?
One has spots.
One has spots. Good job. So does the one that has spots, is he different than the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. How about this picture? What do you notice?
They all look the same.
They all look the same. So if all of these apples look the same, are they different?
Mm-mm.
No. What about this picture? What do you see in this picture?
One is smaller than the other.
One boy is smaller than the other. So if he's smaller than the other, they're different sizes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good, yeah. One's tall and one is short.
Mm-hmm.
What about this picture? What do you notice?
They're all different.
They're all different. You're doing really good about using that key word.
Mm-hmm.
And this picture of our cake, what do you see?
They look the same.
They look the same. Good job. All right. So now that we've talked about our word different, I want us to move and talk about our word alone. What do you notice in this picture?
There's brown and there's cream.
There's brown and there's cream. And what kind of animals are there? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
So these are actually sheep. And is there one sheep or is there a lot of sheep?
There's a lot.
So these sheep aren't alone, are they?
Mm-mm.
No, so they're not lonely.
Mm-mm.
And let's take a look at this picture. So this picture, you have to pay close attention. What do you see?
A tree.
A tree. And do you see any leaves on the tree?
One.
So
Mhm.
if there's only one tree or only one leaf on the tree, is he alone?
Mm-hmm.
He is alone. And let's take a look at this picture. What do you see in this picture?
One cow.
One cow. So he doesn't have any other cow friends around him, does he?
Mm-mm.
So is he alone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is alone. And what about this picture? What do you see in this picture?
A lot of kids.
A lot of kids. So you're telling me that there's more than one kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's not alone, is he?
Mm-mm.
No. And oh, what about this picture? What do you see in this picture?
One kid in the sand.
One kid in the sand. And if you look really close at his face, does he look sad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he looks sad. Do you think it's because these boys are playing and he's alone?
Mm-hmm.
That just breaks my heart. And look at our last picture. This picture is from our story Stumpkin that we read a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Stumpkin? Is he alone?
Mm-hmm.
He's alone, so he must be
Lonely.
Lonely. Good job. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to say some sentences using our words different and alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if I took a look at our first few pictures that we said they were different or they were alone,
Mm-hmm.
let's see what sentences we can come up with. All right, so I look at this family, and earlier we said the families were different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to think in my head, I could say these families are different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I could also say these families are special because they're not the same. And then if I were to look at this picture and I was to write a sentence about this picture, I could say the cow was alone in the field because he was the only one, right? But I could also write the cow was lonely because he didn't have any friends out there, did he?
No.
So I could say the cow was lonely. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at this picture of the dogs. So I could say these dogs are different. Could you come up with another way we could say this?
Special.
Special. So we could say these dogs are special, right? Good. Okay, so now let's look at this picture. If you were to think of a sentence in your brain, what would you think of?
One boy is special.
One boy is special because maybe we could say because he's taller or because he's shorter than the other one, right? Good job. All right, now let's take a look at this one. What can I say about this one?
Lonely.
Lonely. So if I were to put that in a sentence, I could say the leaf was lonely or alone. Good job. And then this one, I could say the little boy was alone. And you could also say the little boy was
lonely.
Good job. All right. So now that we've done that, I'm going to say a sentence and I want you to fill in the blank, okay?
Okay.
So Bob was at recess and his friends weren't there that day, so he was
lonely.
Lonely. Good job. Okay, and if I were to write another sentence, let's say we could say Miss C's shirt and Alyssa's shirt are different, so their shirts are both
special.
Special. Good job. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to look at our book for this week, The Bad Seed. And I want you to listen for those target words, alone and different, okay? And then when you hear that word, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Okay?
Okay.
All right. The bad seed. I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. Oh, yeah, it's true. The other seeds, they look at me and they say, that seed is so bad. When they think I'm not listening, they mumble. There goes a bad seed. But I can hear them. I have good hearing for a seed. How bad am I? You really want to know? Well, I never put things back where they belong. I'm late to everything. I tell long jokes without no punchlines. I never wash my hands or my feet. Ugh. I lie about pointless stuff, and I cut in line every time. That's not good, is it? I stare at everybody. I glare at everybody. I finish everybody's sentences, and I never listen. Do we want to do that? No. And I do lots of other bad things, too. Know why? Because I'm a bad seed. A bad seed. I just can't help it. Sure, I wasn't always this bad. I was born a humble seed on a simple sunflower in an unremarkable field. I had a big family, seeds everywhere. We found ways of having fun. We were close. But then the petals dropped, and our flower dropped. It's kind of a blur. I remember a bag. Everything went dark. And then a giant, I thought I was a goner. I thought I was done for. I screamed and I hollered, but I was spit out at the last possible second. I flew through the air and I landed under the bleachers with a huge thud. When I woke up, it was dark outside. A wad of gum had softened my fall. I felt okay, but something had changed in me. I'd become a different seed entirely. Good. So let's think about what was our other word that we could say for different?
Special.
Special. So maybe we could say, I felt okay, but something had changed in me. I'd become a special seed entirely. I'd become a bad seed. A bad seed. That's right. I stopped smiling. I kept to myself. I drifted. I was friends to nobody and bad to everybody. I was lost on purpose. I lived inside a soda can. I didn't care, and it suited me. Until recently. I've made a big decision. I've decided I don't want to be a bad seed anymore. I'm ready to be happy. It's hard to be good when you're so used to being bad, but I'm trying. I'm taking it one day at a time. Sure, I forget to listen, and I still show up late, and I still talk during movies. I do all kinds of other bad stuff, but I also say thank you, and I say please, and I smile. And I hold doors open for people, not always, but sometimes. And even though I still feel bad sometimes, I also feel kind of good. It's sort of a mix. All I can do is keep trying and keep thinking. Maybe I'm not alone and not such a bad seed after all. So if he's not alone anymore, then he's not
lonely.
Good job. Hey, look, there goes that bad seed. Actually, he's not all that bad anymore. I heard that. The end. All right, so did you hear how in our story we could use our target words, different and alone, but we could also use our words, special and lonely, right? All right, so now what we're going to do is I want you to take this paper back to your seat, and you're going to read these sentences, and you're going to cut out the words, and you're going to glue them where you think they go, okay?
Okay.
And so after you read your sentence, or after you complete your sentence, I want you to read it and really think, does this sentence sound right, okay? And then after you do that, you're going to match the synonym, which is our words lonely and special, to our target words alone and different. And to do that, you're just going to draw a line with whichever word you think goes with it, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you for being so good today.
Thanks, Miss C.